Landscape photography can mean so many different things to so many different people. For some, it can involve months of planning and meticulous preparation, and for others, it can be just a walk in the park with nothing more than their mobile phone camera. I'm going on a small trip in my camper van, and after stocking up on a few essentials and filling the diesel tank, I head south without much of a plan. I'm returning to an area I visited not too long ago, and all I have with me for inspiration is a local guidebook and my own intuition. But to be honest, it's not about the final photograph. See, for me, it's all about the adventure, like no matter how big or small. I think adventure is relative only to the person having the experience. So, you know, a little jaunt out in the van, maybe, you know, one person's Everest. I think it's the unknown which excites me. I got a comment in my last video, and the comment, I can't remember who it was by, but it said something along the lines of, driving 3 hours to photograph some trees. Interesting. And you know what? Person who made that comment, it is interesting. It's not about, only getting one photograph of the trees. It doesn't matter if you get 100 or if you get no photographs of trees. It's about the anticipation, and it's about the journey, and it's about having a bit of time to yourself and just seeing what you can find, which is exactly what I'm doing for the next couple of days. So I'm back in the Peak District. I'm in the exact same location that I was in my last, I think it was my last week's video with the misty trees. Yeah, I wanted to come back and explore more because it was so gorgeous. The drive down here was fantastic. Fog, light, it was very, very exciting. And now I'm here, it looks like there's a lot of potential, bits of mist hanging around, nice bit of light. But the truth is, I have no idea what to expect, but I'm very much looking forward to it. I have about 1 hour until sunset, so I don't have much time, so I'm going to crack on and yeah, see if we can find a composition. I'd also like to thank Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. So if you need a website, go to squarespace.com/Keaton. Right. So I came for a wander down into this very dense birch woodland, hoping to find some nice intimate compositions. And I'm not really seeing anything. It's so chaotic, and I simply don't have time to really spend, I'd need at least an hour or two down here just to try and decipher the entire place. But whilst walking through the trees, I noticed the sun behind me, just there, really starting to set, and there's a lovely hazy golden glow on the atmosphere and a few high altitude clouds. Looks like it could be a good sunrise. So just behind me, you can see that is a cliff top. I'm going to walk up to the top of the cliff, and I will then be overlooking the woodland that I am in right now. And it's not really the shot that I was hoping for from this evening. I'm in a kind of intimate mood, photography speaking, photography. But you know, tell you what, I'll take a lovely golden sunset any day of the week. So up to the top of the cliff, see what we can see. Oh. This isn't the way. This isn't the way. Alright, found my way. Took the wrong path. I have to say, really does look like we're on for a good sunset tonight. So, all of a sudden, I find myself in quite a frantic position. Hate this! Why can't photography ever just go smoothly? Honestly. Right, what have we got? Let's have a look. Here we go, cliff top. Wow. Aye, aye, aye. I don't know if you can see that behind me. Gorgeous glow.
on the horizon, and yeah, promise of a good sunset. Come on. Not seeing a composition though. Not seeing a composition. So I'm perched on a very precarious ledge. I definitely don't want to fall off a bit, kind of because I was in a rush, in a bit of a mad panic with the light that was happening over to the west. I was kind of setting up, I saw this composition, and when I set up in a rush, I'm very kind of focused and I'm setting up. I'm not really paying much attention to my feet. And if I'd have just slipped or like taken the step 6 inches in the wrong direction, it doesn't bear thinking about. So my message here is always be careful when out taking photographs. I'm going to talk you through what's happening or what's happened. I saw the sun setting to the west. There's beautiful clouds overhead in a V-shaped formation which mirrors the shape of this valley. We have the crags on the left, the trees on the right that almost form a V as well. And you have that separation between the sort of open pastures to the left and the dense woodland to the right. I quite like that separation. And also, most importantly, there is a pond or a pool at the bottom of this cliff, and that's reflecting the sky. So my hope is that the sky is going to catch, because there are high altitude clouds, but I've got to say, it looked hopeful 5 minutes ago and now it just seems to be fading, but it's still nice. It's still nice, that's what's important here. But I was a little bit hopeful of so much more. But with the reflections of the sky and the pool below, the sort of juxtaposition, if you like, the division between the image down the middle with the woodland on one side and the cliff face and open pastures on the other, and then the V-shaped cloud formation that does have detail and a little bit of colour in it. I think all in all it worked out quite well, considering I ran up here, didn't know what I was going to shoot, never been here before. Not what I had in mind, but still, wow. A beautiful, peaceful evening. Yeah. Can't wait to see what tomorrow morning brings. But yeah, it's not looking like the colour's going to happen. Luckily, I've already taken 2 or 3 images. But you know, I'm just gonna hang fire, wait until dark and see what happens. So I think that's it. Any chance of a burning sunset has long since gone. Oh dear me, it's so precarious. Yeah, any chance of this burning sunset has long since gone. I did take a few photographs when the light was at its best. I didn't film it because, you know, I was incredibly frantic. To take a photograph now wouldn't work because earlier there was a lovely soft light side lighting the cliffs just here. And obviously we had a lovely bit of subtle colour in the sky. Now everything's just kind of blue and grey and flat. So, not great. I definitely got the photograph when it was at its best. So yeah, happy. I'm going to go and pack away, find myself somewhere to sleep, and yeah, read my book and see what tomorrow morning brings. Hopefully it'll be good because there is a lot of mist around me, so yeah, we'll see.
So I have found somewhere to park up for the night, which is good news, but I've just uploaded this image, or imported this image that you've just seen, into Lightroom, and I don't know. I'm not overly happy with the image, and I thought, because I'm sat here in the van editing the image, I thought it'd be interesting to throw my thoughts, kind of real-time thoughts, into the video, seeing as it seems that I'm shooting and editing and everything all in one day. I think when I was on location, I was much happier about the photograph. I don't know, maybe it was the fact that I was just out and about, maybe it was the fact that I was surrounded by beautiful light and it was gorgeous, but I don't know, when I look back at the image, it feels a bit busy and a bit cluttered, which is fine, but it feels like it's missing something. It's either missing a clear focal point. You know, there's nowhere for the eye to go, I don't think. So a clear focal point, or atmosphere. I think if it was, you know, like a big, you know, a nice hoarfrost covering all of the trees and the rock, or, you know, just a bit more something, that would give it. But for the moment, though, I don't like it, and I thought I'd share that now rather than just show it in the video, and therefore you assume that I'm happy with my own work, because quite often I'm not happy with my own work, and in this case I'm not overly excited by this image. Don't get me wrong, it's amazing to be out. I'm in the camper van, I'm editing, I've had a beer, you know, life's pretty good at the moment. But this image it's just not doing it for me, and I think those are the reasons why. Tomorrow morning, very, very hopeful for tomorrow morning. Hopefully it'll be better. I've got the old guidebook, so we'll see what comes from that. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it here. I really do. So thank you so much for watching. Massive thank you to Squarespace for continuing to support my channel, which is a massive help. So if you need a website, online portfolio or shop, or any of that stuff, consider Squarespace and go to squarespace.com/Heaton and give it a free try. And if you like free trial, use the offer code Heaton for 10% off your first purchase. Right, with that being said, I think I'm going to go to bed, get some sleep, and keep my fingers crossed for tomorrow morning. So until then, bye for now.